The wheels kissed the tarmac. Flight 326 was airborne, soaring into the vast blue canvas, destination paradise. Little did the passengers know their journey to paradise would soon turn into a terrifying ordeal. Sarah, a young graduate, gazed out the window, her heart brimming with the excitement of her first international trip. John, a seasoned businessman, was already absorbed in his laptop preparing for his next big deal. The aroma of coffee filled the cabin as the flight attendants commenced their routine service. It was an ordinary flight filled with ordinary people living their ordinary lives. Suddenly, a chilling announcement pierced the serene ambiance. "This is the captain speaking. We have a security situation on board." The announcement, laced with an unusual tension, cast an immediate pall over the passengers. Fear gripped the cabin. Whispers died down as a cold silence descended, heavy with anticipation. The flight to paradise just took a detour into the heart of fear. The cabin doors swung open with a menacing thud. 3 men, faces contorted in grim determination, stormed into the aisle. Their eyes, cold and menacing, scanned the passengers, instilling an immediate wave of terror. The flight attendants, trained for such situations, tried to maintain their composure, their forced smiles doing little to mask the fear in their eyes. John, his laptop now forgotten, watched the unfolding drama, his mind racing, trying to comprehend the gravity of the situation. Sarah, her excitement replaced with sheer terror, clutched her backpack, her knuckles white with fear. The hijackers, barking orders and brandishing weapons, herded the passengers and crew towards the rear of the plane. Their demands were shouted out, each word a hammer blow to the already fragile hope in the cabin. The hijackers wanted safe passage to an undisclosed location, and the release of their imprisoned comrades. Amidst the fear and chaos, a glimmer of hope flickered. The passengers, united by their shared terror, exchanged glances of solidarity, a silent promise to face the unknown together. Their collective fear was overshadowed by a shared will to survive. In the cramped confines of the cockpit, Captain Thompson and First Officer Davis faced their worst nightmare. The hijackers, ruthless and unpredictable, were a clear and present danger to everyone on board. Their years of training kicked in, their minds working overtime to formulate a plan. The safety of the passengers was paramount, but the hijackers' demands were non-negotiable. Every decision was a gamble, every action a potential trigger. They had to buy time, to find an opportunity to regain control. Captain Thompson, his voice betraying no hint of the turmoil within, contacted ground control. He relayed the hijackers' demands, his tone measured, masking the urgency of the situation. It was a dangerous game of chess, with lives hanging precariously in the balance. The crew, despite their fear, knew they had to act. They were the only barrier between the hijackers and the innocent lives entrusted to their care. It was time for calculated risks, for courage under fire. Section 4. Ground Control, a race against time. Hundreds of miles away, in a dimly lit room, air traffic controllers sprang into action. The distress call from Flight 326 shattered the routine, replacing it with a chilling urgency. Every blip on the radar screen represented a life in peril, every passing minute a nail-biting countdown. Negotiators were brought in, their voices calm and reassuring, as they tried to establish contact with the hijackers. Their mission: to de-escalate the situation, to buy precious time, to explore every possible avenue for a peaceful resolution. Security agencies were alerted, their elite teams placed on standby, ready to be deployed at a moment's notice. The tension in the air traffic control room was palpable, a suffocating blend of fear and determination. The clock was ticking. Every second was a gamble, every decision a matter of life and death. The fate of Flight 326 rested on their expertise, their swift action, their unwavering resolve. Section 5. An unexpected hero, a spark of courage. Hours turned into an agonizing eternity. The passengers, herded together, fought against despair, clinging onto hope. John, drawing strength from his fellow passengers, whispered words of comfort, his gaze never leaving the hijackers. Sarah, tears streaming down her face, prayed silently, her heart pounding in her chest. Among the passengers was David, an off-duty air marshal, his senses on high alert. He had been trained for this. His instincts honed to recognize and neutralize threats. But the confined space, the innocent lives at stake, made this situation unlike any simulation. As the hijackers grew complacent, their attention momentarily diverted, David saw his opportunity. It was a split-second decision, a calculated risk that could cost him his life. With lightning speed he lunged at the hijacker closest to him, disarming him with a swift move. The cabin erupted in chaos. Passengers, emboldened by David's bravery, joined the fray, using whatever they could find as weapons. The element of surprise, fueled by their collective will to survive, shifted the balance of power. Section 6. Triumph of Courage, Legacy of Hope. The struggle was brief, but intense. The passengers, united in their fight for survival, overpowered the remaining hijackers, their courage a testament to the indomitable human spirit. The cabin, moments ago a scene of terror, now echoed with cheers of relief. The news of the passengers' bravery reached the ground control room, transforming their fear into jubilation. Relief washed over them, a shared sense of triumph against all odds. Flight 326, now a symbol of hope, was cleared for landing. The landing was rough, the touchdown bumpy, but no one cared. They were alive. As the passengers disembarked, greeted by the overwhelming presence of security forces, they carried with them the scars of the ordeal, but also the indelible mark of courage. The hijackers were apprehended, their reign of terror brought to an end by the bravery of ordinary people, thrust into an extraordinary situation. Flight 326, forever etched in the annals of aviation history, stood as a testament to the power of courage, the strength of unity, the enduring legacy of hope.